campus, and no pets are allowed within the
Welcome to
confines
Hartzler
of
Field on the
Richmond
campus of
Athletic
Francis
Complex.
Marion University in Florence, South Carolina. Rob Lau here with you for the Patriot Sports Network. Coverage of FMU men's soccer this evening, taking on Georgia Southwestern State University. The Patriots at 5-5-0, 1-2-0 in Peach Belt Conference play, while the Hurricanes are 3-6-2, 0-2-1 in the conference. Patriots led by John Campbell in his 7th season here in Florence, 57, 45, and 11 at FMU, 143, 72, and 31 overall. Spent 7 years at Dominican College in Orangeburg, New York, prior to coming down here to South Carolina. He is assisted by Travis Brent, a former defender at Marshall in his first season as an assistant, and former Patriot midfielder Andrew Kephart, his first season on the staff. He was a FMU midfielder from 2014 to 2017, scored 1 career goal in those 4 seasons, and it was against these Georgia Southwestern State Hurricanes that came in his sophomore season back in 2015, a 5-1 win for the Patriots over the Canes that day. For Georgia Southwestern State, they are led by 12th-year head coach Warren Russ, a former assistant at Georgia when they began their women's soccer program in the late 90s. He also has been an assistant at UCF, where he was a 4-year letter winner. Played professionally for 10 years, mostly in the United States and also in Wales. Teams coming out toward the center of the field for the starting lineups. The Patriots in their home whites with navy shorts, the all-navies for the visiting Canes from Americus, Georgia.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Francis Marion University and Hartzler.
The Patriots are coming off of a victory over local rival Coker College on Wednesday, 1-0. The Patriots downing the Cobras. An own goal in the 83rd minute, lifting the Patriots to the victory. And we'll get to the starting lineups here in a moment, but first we'll have the national anthem. So the Patriots, as I mentioned, coming off of that 1-0 win over Coker. Last time out for the Hurricanes, they had a 0-0 draw at home against USC Aiken. That was a week ago. Junior defender J.P. Merlett was sent off in the second overtime, so he is suspended for this match after starting all 11 to this point in the season for GSW. We'll get to the starting lineups now. The Patriots will go with freshman goalkeeper Christopher Gregonis. 11 starts now for him, coming off of his 3rd shutout of the season on Wednesday against Coker. In the defense in front of him, Julian Kirsting, a senior from Germany, is joined by junior Matthew Bainbridge and freshman Magnus Hoyland. In the midfield, out on the wings on the left-hand side, it's sophomore Adrian Marino. On the right-hand side, senior Gaspar Mien. In the center of the midfield, sophomore Jonas Duvlin and freshman duo of Sam Pollard and Oliver Peters. And up top for the Patriots, senior striker Oliver Drakenham is alongside freshman Martin Coughlin, who draws his 2nd consecutive start after also starting against Coker. For Georgia Southwestern State, freshman Francesco Bazzano makes his 9th start in goal. He comes in with 42 saves, 2nd in the Peach Belt Conference. A couple of the seniors in front of him at the back, Chris Avery from Tyrone, Georgia, Julian Rugel, Nick Botka, and Mohamed Balde, and sophomore Zay Harris also out there for Georgia Southwestern State. A couple of Brazilians in the starting lineup as well for Coach Russ, Rafael Faria, a junior, and senior Tiago Elias out front. senior Matthias Alves from Brazil. He has 7 goals and 17 points on the season. Those are good for third in the Peach Belt Conference. Jonathan Sayers, a senior from Dacula, Georgia, has a goal and 3 assists on the season. And Divin Moak, who scored against Francis Marion a year ago, a sophomore from Norcross, Georgia, also in the starting lineup for the Canes. So for the Patriots, it's Greginus, Bainbridge, Hoyland, Kirsting, Marino, Meehan, Dublin, Coughlin, Pollard, Peters, and Drakenhammer. For the Hurricanes, Bazzano, Harris, Avery, Rugel, Botka, Elias, Faria, Alves, Sayers, and Moak. Patriots have dominated the all-time series with the Hurricanes. This is meeting number 13 all-time. The Patriots have won 10 of them, a 10-1-1 record. The only win for Georgia Southwestern came last year, a 3-2 victory here in Florence. The Patriots held 1-0 and 2-1 leads in that contest, but both times Georgia Southwestern answered, including, as I mentioned, a goal by then freshman Divin Moak. And it was an own goal in the 72nd minute of the match that gave the Hurricanes the lead, and they would win it 3-2 for their first win over the Patriots. So FMU with revenge on their minds here tonight and looking to go over the 500 mark for the first time this season. They lost 4 of their first 5, but they have won 4 of their most recent 5 to get back to the 500 mark at 5-5-0. Their one Peach Belt win came at Flagler, while Georgia Southwestern State, their lone point so far was that draw I mentioned against USC Aiken. Coming into tonight's action, it is number 2 Young Harris topping the Peach Belt Conference standings at 3-0-0 on 9 points. 10th ranked Lander, North Georgia, and Flagler were all 2-1-0 on 6 points. FMU and Clayton State 1-2-0 on 3 points, and then Georgia Southwestern State and USC Aiken 0-2-1 on 1 point. One match already in the books on the men's side. Today, Flagler and USC Aiken played to a 1-1 tie, so Flagler, for the moment, with 7 points, is now alone in second place with Lander and North Georgia's matches to come later, and USC Aiken goes a point above Georgia Southwestern State into 7th place in this 8-team men's soccer Peach Belt Conference as they pick up their 2nd point. The other 2 matches in the 7 o'clock hour, North Georgia at 10th ranked Lander and Clayton State at number 2 Young Harris. Those will kick off momentarily, and Divin Moak will get us started for Georgia Southwestern. Whistle blows and Moak gets it started underway here on a cooler evening here in Florence. Sun has already gone behind the trees on the far side behind the scoreboard, so lights are on here on Hartzler Field for this crucial conference match between the FMU Patriots and the Georgia Southwestern State Hurricanes. Match officials for this evening, it is Islin Pexanar in the middle. Sarah Griggs and Scott Bodolowski are the assistant referees. Jonas Dublin trying to get it toward Martin Coughlin in the box. It's cleared away by the GSW defense. Drakenhammer nods it on. Coughlin picks it up, tried to find Dublin, intercepted. Either team able to settle it at the moment. Challenged there by Peters back after missing out on the win over Coker due to yellow card accumulation. Drakenhammer turned away from Avery, and that allowed the Patriots to settle in the midfield. Julian Kirsting, senior from Germany, the captain for the Patriots. Looking for the long switch to Gaspar Mian, a fellow senior. Just one more home match after tonight for the Patriots. Coming up a week from this coming Wednesday. USC Aiken coming to town. Peters looking wide. He's got Adrian Marino. Marino looking to cut inside against Avery, and Avery recovers. And the Hurricanes hit it away. These two teams have been among the most heavily disciplined teams in the Peach Belt Conference. Only Lander with more total yellow cards than these two teams. I mentioned that Peters is coming off of a one-match ban for his picking up of yellow cards, and also earlier, junior J.P. Merlette from Weston, Florida, sent off against USC Aiken last Saturday for Georgia Southwestern State, so he is unavailable today. we'll see if that aggressiveness that the teams have shown so far this season continues into this matchup. Pollard lobbing it forward for FMU. Coughlin tried to run onto it. Baldy coming over to head it away for the Canes, and it's last touched by Drakenhammer. And GSW have a throw deep in their own end. 23 goals for Georgia Southwestern State on the season, and just over 2 goals per match. That's third in the conference. But they have struggled in conference play. They have faced a tough schedule. Coughlin looking to cross it in towards Drakenhammer, and it's popped up into the air by Botka, and it allows the freshman goalkeeper Francesco Bizzano to grab it. Georgia Southwestern has 1 shutout defensively this season, or make that 2 shutouts, I should say. Bizzano with both of them. Coughlin lays it off to Dublin. Dublin trying to cut inside onto that left foot, gets the strike away, and just beyond the post. First good chance here in the opening 4 minutes of the contest. Jonas Dublin dragging that left-footed shot just wide. First shot attempt for either side. A goal kick for Bizzano. Don't forget to support and follow Francis Marion Athletics on social media at FMU Sports. Already a couple of FMU athletic teams in competition earlier in the day. The volleyball team, a 5-set win over UNC Pembroke. They won both of the matches against their rivals from North Carolina this week. Swept them here at Smith University Center last night. Today was up in North Carolina. They've now won 6 straight meetings with the Braves. Patriots up to 3 wins in Peach Belt play in volleyball. The FMU women's soccer team fell at Clayton State earlier this afternoon, 4-1. Rihanna Orello scoring for the Patriots, her 3rd goal of the season. That attempted clearance is last touched by a Hurricane. It'll be a throw for the Pats on this near side. It was nearly 5 minutes into this opening half. Patriots looking, as I mentioned, for their 2nd Peach Belt Conference win and also to get over 500 for the first time this season, entering the day at 5-5-0. Looking for Drakenhammer, who went down. Patriots were looking for a foul, didn't get it. And Faria picks up, or rather Elias picks up the ball for the Canes. Avery cutting inside against Kirsting. Lays it off to Elias. Now the shot is cleared away. It came off of the foot of Jonathan Sayers. Faria. Challenge there by Mien. Let the Patriots go the other way, but Pollard's ball was knocked down right back to him, as the Patriots have to try to slowly build up from the back rather than hit the Hurricanes on a counter. Kirsting coming up the left wing side. Looking at for Marino. Clearance went off of the FMU sophomore, and it'll eventually be played out by the Canes. It'll be a throw-in for the Patriots. They have the only shot of this opening half. Jonas Dublin dragging a shot wide, just wide of the post. Trying to get it into Coughlin there. Georgia Southwestern can't get it clear. Sam Pollard picks it up. He'll go back in his own half to Bainbridge. Coughlin making a run into the box. Kirsting trying to pick him out. He is shoved off by senior Nick Botka, and Botka does enough not only to keep Coughlin from getting it, but also to win a free kick. And so inside their own penalty area, the Hurricanes will have a free kick to be taken by the freshman goalkeeper, Bizzano. Tied a season high with 8 saves in that 0-0 draw against the USC Aiken Pacers last weekend for his 2nd shutout of his freshman campaign. Botka looking for the run of Moak. Instead, it's cut off by Kirsting. Magnus Hoyland, 2nd consecutive start after returning from a 4-match absence with injury. It is he, Bainbridge, and Kirsting that make up the Patriots' back 3 in this 3-5-2 for the 2nd consecutive match. The only change in the starting 11 that beat Coker the other night is Peters returning, and Isaiah Lamont, freshman from Trinidad and Tobago, going back to the bench after making his first start in a few weeks. Hoyland drives it forward, looking for Coughlin, who is looking to knot it into the path of Drakenhammer, but instead found a Georgia Southwestern defender. Avery trying to go wide of Marino, does so successfully. Goes him around him again, looking for space for a cross. Marino with a good tackle, and it is last touched by Avery, much to his chagrin. It'll be a goal kick for Christopher Greganes, the freshman from Gothenburg, Sweden, coming off of his third shutout of the season with the 1-0 win over Coker. Only had to make one save as the Patriots defense did a great job keeping the Cobras from getting away shots, not only in total but on target. The Patriots held a 12-7 total shot advantage, and just one of those Cobra shots, as I mentioned, forced Greganes into a save. On the run, Elias plays it wide for Avery. Knocked away by the sliding Julian Kirsting. Marino has come inside, Dublin out on this wing, so as Marino picked that ball up, but he gave it away to Mohamed Balde. He has a chance to run forward now for the Hurricanes. To the edge of the box, Hoyland will nick it away from him, and Georgia Southwestern State will claim the first corner of the contest. Just about 9 minutes into this first half. And it is Tiago Elias, a senior from Brazil, who is heading to the far corner to take it. He has 4 goals and 1 assist on the season, including a hat trick against Shaw University. It was the first hat trick in program history. He also had an assist in that 8-1 win for the Hurricanes 10 days ago. Take the corner short, and it is out for a goal kick. Trying to get it to Sayers. It'll be a goal kick again for Greganes. Francis Marion fans, be sure to sign your kids up for the Patriots Kids Club. For more information on how your child can become a member, call 843-661-1503 or go online to www.FMUPatriots.com. Jonas Dublin whistled for the foul there as he knocked down Rafael Faria, junior from Brazil. He has now started 11 of the 12 matches for Georgia Southwestern State. Transfer from William Baptist University. Mohamed Balde to take his free kick just into his own half for GSW. Looking for Sayers. Picks him out. Watched by Gaspar Mien. Tries to go along the wing. Cuts inside. Trying to create space for a ball in. Sayers does get a ball in, and the header goes wide. The attempt there by Elias. Another goal kick coming up for Greganes. It's the first attempt for Georgia Southwestern. Each team now with one attempt, but neither forcing the opposing goalkeeper to make a save as of yet. Avery picks it up in the midfield. Pollard on him. That pass was deflected by Dublin, ends up in the path of Coughlin. Coughlin with Drakenhammer up with him. Watched by Faria. Now finds Jonas Dublin. Dublin tries to chip it to Drakenhammer in the center. Drakenhammer got there first, but the charging goalkeeper, Bazzano, put him off a little bit, and Drakenhammer puts it wide. Great little chip there by Dublin. It's the team leader in shots for the Patriots with 23 attempts this season, a couple of goals and an assist, and this now his 10th match of the season. Patriot fans, visit www.FMUPatriotsShop.com for all your Francis Marion apparel and gift needs. Support your Patriots by visiting www.FMUPatriotsShop.com. Coughlin double teamed, and Pollard helps him out. Drakenhammer tried to lay it off for Dublin. Didn't get enough on it. Balde got it clear. Picking up in the midfield It's Alves looking for the run of Sayers down the right wing, but Magnus Hoyland got there first. And it's out of play into the Patriot bench or a Georgia Southwestern throw it. Alday launches it forward. Alves. Last touched by a Hurricane. Free kick will go the way of Francis Marion here, just inside the Hurricanes half. They get it started quickly as Gaspar Mien gets it over to Kirsting. Takes it into the GSW half. Peters in space. Looking for Dublin, tried to touch it onto Drakenhammer and met by the Hurricanes defense. Elias goes back to Harris and launches it forward, looking for Sayers, too tall for him. Sam Pollard with it for FMU. Went back to the defense rather than picking out the run of Marino on this near side. Kirsting launches it forward. Gaspar Mien settles just outside the box. Looking for the run of Coughlin just inside the box. Trying to get around Balde. Trying to feed it for Drakenhammer. Cleared away by Rugel. And Sayers will fire it even further. And it is out of play to Francis Marion with a throw on that far side. Pollard trying to avoid the official. Continues his run into the box. Got to it before the goalkeeper and played it off the sliding goalkeeper. It'll be Francis Marion's first corner. Good run there by Sam Pollard, and Dublin getting it back to him quickly with a give and go. Almost led to an FMU goal. Dublin will go to the far corner to take the Pats' first corner of the evening. Each team now with one. 2 shots for FMU, 1 for the visiting Hurricanes, but neither goalkeeper has been forced into a save yet, nearly 15 minutes in. Dublin's corner comes to the near post and is headed out of play for another Francis Marion corner kick. Dublin will take it again. And the ball will bounce away from everyone that was in the box. Drakenhammer and Avery running after it, and Avery will safely play it out. And we played it off of Drakenhammer. Drakenhammer disagrees. Georgia Southwestern able to get it at least further up the field before they knock it out of play themselves for an FMU throw. Official telling Kirsting to back up. Coughlin trying to post up a Georgia Southwestern defender and into a little bit of a confrontation with Elias in the middle. The referee tells them to knock it off. Dublin comes to play this one. Kirsting now to the far side. Gaspar Mien, top of the box, lets it fly, and it's going to go over the bar. It'll be another goal kick for Bizzano. Gaspar Mien found himself in space at the top of the box. Had time to let it go, but could not steer it on frame. Support Francis Marion Athletics by joining the Swamp Fox Club. You can join by visiting the athletics website at www.fmupatriots.com. Join now and get your tickets for the upcoming sports seasons. Sayers with it now for Georgia Southwestern, trying to go around Mien. Does so successfully, picks out Moak, gets it right back to Sayers. Sliding tackle there made by Mien, recovering. It'll be out of play for an FMU throw right near their bench. 3-1 the shots in favor of the Patriots in the opening 17 minutes, but no saves again for either goalkeeper required as of yet, as none of the shots have been on frame on either side. Peters finds Pollard. Out wide, Mien. Peters lost out. Long ball ahead looking for Moak. Bainbridge and Hoyland combine to defend that one successfully for FMU. Marino plays it inside for Devlin. Devlin was looking for the run of Drakenhammer, who went down. And the Patriots are going to have a free kick in a good position here. See who ends up taking this free kick for the Patriots. Often in these areas, it's Jonas Devlin. He and Ollie Peters are discussing it. Pisano directing his wall. Before in the wall. Devlin takes it, banks off of the wall, and deflects over the net for a corner kick. So the wall does its job. What the Patriots will have their third corner kick of the half. Adrian Marino appears to be the one this time jogging to the corner to take after Devlin took the first two.
Adrian Marino to take the corner kick for the Patriots.
All but two and the goalkeeper forward for the Patriots in the box for this Marino corner kick. Ball comes in toward Hoyland and Drakenhammer, and one of the two for the Patriots was whistled for a foul. Patriots have some good height to aim at in that box. Hoyland at 6'3" and Drakenhammer at 6'6". But the whistle allows Georgia Southwestern to bring it back the other way. Looking to find Moak. Second attempt. Didn't get there either for the visitors. And now Sam Pollard in the midfield. Lays it off to Kirsting. Devlin, a nice touch on to Pollard. Pollard tried to cut inside. It was well read. And it goes out of play. Last touched by the Patriots. Kirsting cuts off that pass and plays it back to the FMU goalkeeper, Christopher Gregonis. Long ball forward. Coughlin, good work to get around the defender there, charging into the box. His pass backwards hit off of Harris. And Harris then got it clear. FMU throw. 20 minutes gone here in the opening half. Patriots have held the early advantage in shots with 4-1, but neither team has been able to steer one on frame to this point. Looking for some room for a cross is Pollard in that far side. Does get one in. It's cleared away by sliding Mohamed Balde. Oak lays it off to Sayers. Now some room to operate for the Hurricanes. They haven't had many opportunities to counterattack as of yet. Avery did a good job to get around a couple of Patriots. Now Botka. Rugel with a long ball forward, but it's met by the head of Bainbridge. Pollard looking for Hoyland. Almost found Sayers instead. And now we've got a stoppage as one of the Patriots is bent over in a little bit of pain. That Sam Pollard is a little bit shaken up. So the clock stops just a tick past 24 minutes to go until halftime. Pollard seems to be all right. Ball is to be put in play again on that far side, I think by the Patriots. They will do a drop ball. Sayers will roll it into the path of the FMU keeper, Gregonis. And FMU can retain possession, building up out of the back after that short injury stoppage to make sure that Pollard is all right. Thankfully, he is. Patriots leader in assists with 3 on the season. Also leads the team in shots on target with 13. Drakenhammer in some space. Is it to Coughlin? Coughlin getting into the box, looked for the return feed, and it drags right across the 6-yard box, and Bisano lets it go out for a goal kick. Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, Domino's, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Carolinas Hospital System, Ken Jackson Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Rains Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites and Courtyard by Marriott, Mike Rickenbach Ford Lincoln Mercury, South Carolina Education Lottery, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, the Counseling Center of Florence, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and H&M Jim Stewart, Quincy Steakhouse, Little Caesars, Linkita Inn and Suites, KFC and Arby's, as the ball comes forward to Martin Coughlin, but he runs into a GSW defender, and a free kick will go against the Patriots as Nick Botka ends up on the ground. Patriot Athletics also sponsored by KFC and Arby's, Julia Bell's Restaurant, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, Western Sizzlin Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. Thank you all for your continued support of Francis Marion University Athletics. Just past the halfway mark of this first half, no score between the Patriots and the Georgia Southwestern State Hurricanes. Rob Lau here with you from Hartzler Field in Florence. 4-1 the shots in favor of the Patriots, but neither team with one on target in the first half of this first half. Kirsting, dangerous pass back to Peters as Moak was lurking, and now the Patriots do lose possession in the midfield as Alves has it out wide to Sayers. And good backtracking there by Gaspar Mien to help win it back for the Patriots. All headed back and forth several times in a row before it's finally volleyed forward. Greginus out to the top of his box to claim that long ball forward. Peters looking for the run of Martin Coughlin. Found the head of Balde instead. Now Harris firing it forward for Moak. Bainbridge got there first. Sayers had Avery making a run, but Kirsting cut off the pass. Pollard. Peters. Marino looking to cut inside. Looking for Devlin, had it knocked away. Patriots kept possession for a moment, but Sayers eventually won it back for the Hurricanes. Sliding challenge there by Peters, and it's a foul. That'll go against FMU. Quick restart from the Hurricanes. Kirsting turning back to get away from Moak. Hoyland finds Mien. Mien looking for Coughlin, running down the channel. Balde sliding in, got his foot to it, and that'll be enough to force it over the end line for an FMU corner, their fourth of this first half, as we hit 20 minutes to go until halftime. Patriots have had the stronger of the opportunities, but they have not been able to force Bazzano into a save just yet. Let's see if this fourth corner can turn into the opportunity the Patriots have been looking for to open up the scoring. Before the corner is taken, a whistle comes from the official who's looking to talk to a couple of different players who had come together in the box. He brings Drakenhammer and Bodka out away from the fray to chat them up. And now Devlin can take the corner. Looking towards Drakenhammer over his head, headed away by Avery. Kept in play by Gaspar Mien. He gets a ball in. Looking for Pollard or Hoyland. Still bouncing around in there. Both teams claiming fouls. Eventually the ball is claimed by Bazzano. Threw it right to Kirsting. And then Kirsting was fouled. And a couple of Hurricanes go down. Sayers and Coughlin get in each other's faces, and it's getting a little heated here. Sayers went down, I think, reacting to something that happened off of the ball. The referee initially pointed for a foul on Georgia Southwestern as Kirsting went down. He's still pointing that way. Well, both teams are certainly exchanging words, and we'll see if any discipline comes out of this. Kirsting and Elias are waved over by the official and talking it over with him. Alves pointing to something on his upper leg, saying that he got maybe cleated up there. But it is not convincing enough for Pexanar to change his initial decision of a Francis Marion free kick with 17.5 minutes to go until halftime. Marino, Pollard, and Peters all standing over there for the Patriots, discussing the move here. Be 3 in the wall for the Hurricanes at the top of the box. Pollard going for goal in the near post, and Bazzano collects. That's the first save of the night for the freshman goalkeeper from Italy, Francesco Bazzano. It comes from the foot of Sam Pollard. Try to beat him at the near post. 5-1 now, the shot's FMU. Drakenhammer trying to ward off a defender. That was Rugel. Pollard cuts inside. Looking for Gaspar Mien to make a run on that far side. Mien was not on the same page. And so Georgia Southwestern is able to pick it up deep in their own half. Looking for the long ball forward. Moak trying to keep it in play on the far side. He will, watched by Bainbridge. Cuts inside toward the box. Moak had it knocked away by Hoyland. He tried to square it. Mien fires it away for FMU. Hooked back toward the FMU box, but Pollard met it with a head. Got it clear. Now Dragonhammer trying to get on the end of this ball. Balde did enough to steer off the 6'6" Francis Marion senior forward. Arya playing for Sayers. Sayers tried to cut inside, turned it over. Pollard. Peters playing it wide for Kirsting. Now Bainbridge. Mien tried to find Drakenhammer, and the flick ends up in the hands of Bazzano, who quickly gets things restarted. Nick Botka. Passes it through the legs of Marino, finds Avery. Avery goes down as Pollard commits the foul for FMU, and now Avery and Pollard going after it, and Botka comes in to try to get Avery away. This has been a heated first half between these two teams, half an hour in. We've had several instances of players yelling at each other and then trying to convince the official one way or the other that a player on either side should be booked. There hasn't been any as of yet. It will be Thiago Elias, senior from Brazil, to take this free kick, it appears, for the Hurricanes. 2 in the wall for the Patriots, Devlin and Marino, standing right at the edge of the 18-yard box. The rest of the Canes, except for Faria, who's in space in the center of the midfield, are clumped near the edge of the box, just on the opposite side of the penalty area. Here comes the ball in toward the far post. No one really attacking it that aggressively. The closest to it was Mohamed Balde, but that was too far forward for him, and Gregonis lets it go out for a goal kick as we get our first substitutions of the evening. Canes making a couple of changes. Sayers coming off, as is Alves. Manuel Duran has come in, as has Caleb Zolman for the Hurricanes. Patriots have not made a substitution to this point in the evening. They've kept their starting 11 out there. Peters trying to go by Botka. The right back intercepts for GSW as they look to counter. But the pass is going to be out of the reach of Moak. Kirsting gave it away to Moak.
Into the match
And
for Georgia
the combination of Kirsting and Devlin eventually do win it back for FMU. But another turnover in the midfield. Varia trying to chip it wide. A diving header there by Mien will get it back to Gregonis. Grateful hands of the goalkeeper. Magnus Hoyland to bring it up for FMU as they start to build up from the back once more. They've been forced to do that all evening long, slowing down the pace that they like to play. Drakenhammer, good job holding the ball up there. Alday slides it away from him, but Marino will pick it up. Marino looking for Coughlin on the edge of the box. Good control by the freshman from Ireland. Gets it to Jonas Devlin, who lets fly, but flag was up, offside. It was against FMU, and Georgia Southwestern will have a free kick near the top of their own box. Patriot volleyball team, I mentioned, with a couple of wins this weekend, beating Pembroke last night and today. They return to Smith University Center on Friday to take on USC Aiken. It's a 7 o'clock start. They also will host Lander next weekend. That's a 2 o'clock start on Saturday afternoon. So the FMU volleyball team, two more Peach Belt Conference matches coming up at Smith University Center next weekend. Gaspar Mien looking to cut inside for FMU. Finds Drakenhammer. Pollard. It's away from one. Now wide for Marino. Cuts it back inside. Mien touches it on, and Coughlin got a sliding effort away, but he slipped. Or rather, that was Jonas Devlin. Slipped at the vital moment. And the shot ends up trickling wide. Substitution for the Patriots. Yannick Grotter, freshman from Germany, replaces Martin Coughlin with just over 11 minutes to go in this opening half. Grotter making his 8th appearance of his freshman season, still looking for that first goal of his collegiate career. He's been close several times.
21, Yannick Grotter into the match for Francis.
That's the first change for FMU. Down goes Manuel Duran, a junior from Columbus, Georgia, one of these Hurricane substitutes. He's to a GSW free kick. Avery toward the edge of the box. Cross blocked by Marino. Kirsting, long ball forward, looking for Grotter. Alday tips it on for GSW. Harris, not very convincing pass to Ruckel. They're trying to go back to the goalkeeper. Never quite got it back there, but the Hurricanes do possess it still. Harris. Player went down for Georgia Southwestern State. No foul according to the ref. Pollard picks it up. Long ball forward, looking for Grotter. Chested it down. Looking for Drakenhammer in the center, and the senior skies it into the screen behind the Georgia Southwestern State goal. Unselfish there by Grotter. It looked like he had enough room. Maybe not quite the angle he was looking for, but could have potentially let fly on a shot. Instead, trying to set up Drakenhammer, but it's out of play. A high attempt for another goal kick as the shot count continues to rise. 7 shots to 1 favor the Patriots. But again, just the one on frame, forcing a save from Bazzano. So we're in the final 10 minutes of this first half. Kirsting finds Devlin in space. Jonas Devlin lets fly and off of Rugal, and it'll go out for a throw-in for the Patriots. That could not have felt good for senior Julian Rugal from Tucker, Georgia. But he did the job, blocking it. Marino looking for Devlin right on the edge of the box. Devlin finds Marino. Marino looking for Drakenhammer at the far post. And he can't make it to him. Comes out to Gaspar Mien. And it's deflected for a corner. Mien has had a couple of chances near the top of the box on that far side now. He missed the target with his first. That one was blocked by the Georgia Southwestern State defense. We get a change here with the Patriots offensively. Isaiah Lamont replaces Oliver Drakenhammer. Lamont, freshman from Trinidad and Tobago. whistle just before the corner kick could be taken. So the Patriots' 5th corner kick of this opening half.
Gaspar Mion to take the corner kick for Francis Marion. And into the match for Francis Marion, 14, Isaiah Lamont.
Long effort from Marino was blocked after Mian played it to him off the corner. Peters wide. Mian. Kirsting lays it off. And finds Pollard at the top of the box. Pollard finds Lamont. Lamont's left-footed shot tipped away by Bazzano. Lamont looking for his 2nd goal. Met by a good save by Bazzano, his 2nd save of this first half. 9-1 now the shots in favor of the Patriots as they come to this near side to take their 6th corner. It is Mian to take the corner from this side this time. All toward the back post. Cleared away, comes back out, and is fired wide by Marino, frustrated with himself that he couldn't steer it on frame. It's out for a goal kick. Francis Marion men's and women's cross country teams after the week off this week will be running in the Sand Shark Invitational Meet hosted by USC Beaufort on October 20th in Hardyville, South Carolina. And congratulations to junior Andrea Liddell of the women's cross country team. Liddell was named the Peach Belt Conference Women's Runner of the Week for last week, a 4th place finish for the FMU women at the Columbia College Invitational last Saturday. Kirsting able to ward off Divin Moak. Patriots trying to bring it back the other way. Peters finds Marino in some space on this near side. Flicks it over Avery. Avery able to recover. But it is a foul against the senior Chris Avery. Kirsting gets it restarted with a free kick. Now tries to play one into the box. To the top of the box, Pollard on the half volley, and it's picked up off the bounce by Bazzano. Didn't get quite all he wanted on that shot, Sam Pollard, but a good effort nonetheless. Trying to play it off the bounce. The starts are starting to come on target now for the Patriots. They're at least forcing Bazzano into some saves. They have 11 shots, 3 of them on target. Georgia Southwestern State looking to make another change here as Avery will be withdrawn. And coming in, it's junior Pedro Chung from Seoul, South Korea. Chung now in there for the 11th time this season. 1 goal and 10 appearances so far this season for Chung. Long ball forward aimed at Moak over his head. Bainbridge heads it clear. Peters out wide as we enter the final 5 minutes of this opening half. Patriots with an 11-1 shot advantage. Pollard. Cut off by Harris. Almost picked back up by Devlin, but now the Hurricanes can run. Chung gets away from Marino. Miscommunication with Moak, gave it right back to the Patriots. Kirsting coming forward. And he is fouled by Faria. FMU once again gets it restarted quickly. Grotter back to his defense. Hoyland. That hit off of the Hurricane that was right in front of Hoyland, and now the Canes looking to counterattack. Chung in space. As Moak through the center. Plays it short for Elias. Now back out wide to Chung. And he tried to go around Kirsting, and instead his cross ended up going harmlessly behind for a goal kick.
Monday and Tuesday in Atlanta, Georgia.
Kirsting bringing it up for the Patriots.
At FMU Sports.
The pass forward aimed at Lamont was deflected on the way to the freshman. And Georgia Southwestern State regains at the back. Botka brings it across the halfway line. Looking for the run of Moak. Cut off by Kirsting. Peters was looking at Grotter, but his pass was behind him. Rugel now to Balde. Kirsting comes to it, plays it off of Moak. Out for a throw-in. FMU golf team, after a couple of weeks off, will continue their fall schedule on Monday as they take part in the Auto Trader Invitational in Atlanta, Georgia. Monday and Tuesday for the Patriots golf team. Women's soccer team, as I mentioned earlier today, falling 4-1 at Clayton State. They'll be back in action at UNC Pembroke on Wednesday at 7:30 and then return home next Saturday for their final regular season home contest against Columbus State. Columbus State currently ranked number 3 in women's soccer. They'll be coming to Florence a week from today. Take on the Patriot women. Marino looking for the run of Isaiah Lamont. Instead, coming out of his 6-yard box to grab it was Bizzano before Lamont could get on the end of it. Final 2 minutes of the half. Georgia Southwestern State with another player at the halfway line looking to come in for the final couple of moments of the half if they do, in fact, get an opportunity to make another change. Man first to the loose ball for FMU finds Hoyland. Ballard loses out to the Hurricanes in the midfield. And the ball is played off of a Francis Marion player and out. And so the Hurricanes will get to make that sub that they wanted. Divin Moak comes off. Shane Madre, senior from Jessup, Georgia, into the lineup for the final minute and change of this first half.
Shane Madre.
Looking to center it for Madre, just onto the field. Patriot defense just did clear it away. Zolman playing the ball in. Throw in the final 50 seconds of the half for the Hurricanes. Looking for some late opportunities here to go in front despite the Patriots out shooting them 11-1 here in this first half. Flag up on the near side as the Hurricanes were offside on the far side. Final 30 seconds of the half. Patriots, I'm sure, going into halftime will be a little bit frustrated that they weren't able to get more of their 11 shots on target. And I'm sure Coach Campbell, if you ask him, would think that they would deserve to be ahead at halftime.
10,
Kirsting
9,
looking for the run of Grotter in the
7,
final 10 seconds.
6,
Grotter
5,
gets onto it,
4,
has to hurry.
3,
Crosses it into the box toward Lamont, headed away by Rugel. And that is how the first 45 minutes here on Hartzler Field come to an end. The Patriots holding a dominant 11-1 edge in shots, 3-0 in shots on target, and 6-1 in corner kicks. But neither team able to break through. So after 45 minutes of play here in Florence, it's Francis Marion nothing and Georgia Southwestern State nothing. We'll be back here shortly for the second half here on the Patriot Sports Network. Welcome back to Hartzler Field here on the campus of Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina. Rob Lau here with you for the second half, or we're just about ready, rather, to start the second half. Francis Marion and Georgia Southwestern State scoreless through the opening 45 minutes of play. As I mentioned, at the end of the first half, the Patriots dominating in terms of shots, 11-1 in the shot department. Just 3 of those 11 shots, however, were on target. All 3 of those were stopped by freshman goalkeeper Francesco Bazzano. In the Georgia Southwestern State goal, Sam Pollard with 2 of those shots that were on target that were stopped. Isaiah Lamont drawing the other save. Jonas Dublin led the Patriots in shots in that first half with 3, but Jonas was not able to get any of those 3 onto the frame. The lone shot for the Hurricanes in that first half came off the foot of Matthias Alves, but that was off target as well. So Christopher Gregatus, no save necessary in the opening 45 minutes. The Patriots also held an advantage in corner kicks with 6 to Georgia Southwestern State's 1. The other Peach Belt Conference action on this Saturday on the men's side, Flagler and USC Aiken already playing to a 1-1 draw earlier in the day. Flagler now 2-1-1, USC Aiken 0-2-2 in Peach Belt play. The other 2 matches are early on in the second half. 10th-ranked Lander leads North Georgia 2-0, and second-ranked Young Harris leads at home against Clayton State 1-0. And they have just started the second half in that contest as well. The Patriots will get play started in the second half. Yannick Grotter will start up front with Oliver Drakenhammer for the Patriots to begin the second half. The rest of the lineup looks like it is the same for the Patriots. So it's the starting 11 with Grotter in place of Coughlin up front for the Patriots to begin this second half. And Dublin is immediately fouled by Jonathan Sayers. Quick restart for the Patriots. Peters goes down. Play continues. Pollard with a long switch looking for the wide run of Adrian Marino, but it's cut off by the Georgia Southwestern State defense. Good work coming back there by Grotter to win the ball back for the Patriots. Kirsting looking for Gaspar Mien, and Harris got there first, it appeared, but it's last off Francis Marion. Zay Harris. Throw it back in for Georgia Southwestern State, sophomore from El Paso, Texas. Mian with it for FMU, looking to cut inside. Peters thought he was passing it to him. Mian kept on going. Kirsting rolls it into the feet of Drakenhammer, laid it off for Mian, chipping it toward the box, cleared away. FMU will once again pick it up. Peters to Mian, back to Peters. Grotter looking to cut inside. Let's go, a shot, but it rolls into the waiting arms of Bazzano. Comfortable save again for the Georgia Southwestern State goalkeeper. Zolman looking for the run of Alves, but instead the Patriots defense gets there first. Gregatus getting it clear. And a foul called against FMU as Elias goes down for Georgia Southwestern. And we had some heated moments at times in the first half. The 2 teams came together a few different times with players exchanging words, but the officials stepped in those couple of times and were able to continue the proceedings without having anyone's name taken and put into the book. How to play for a Georgia Southwestern State throw. Just 2 minutes into this second half, this game is still searching for its first goal. Sayers with it for Georgia Southwestern. All played out wide. On the run trying to chase it down is Alves. Hoyland over there defending for FMU. Alves able to ward off the freshman. And the pass intercepted there by Pollard. Trying to square it was Duran. Pollard with Grotter making a run down the left-hand side. And Rugel just got there before Grotter. And the Hurricanes are able to get it away. It'll be out of play for an FMU throw-in. Here's Jonas Dublin letting fly, stopped by Bazzano. Drakenhammer tried to get to the rebound and couldn't save it. It'll be out of play for a goal kick for Georgia Southwestern State. A quick restart by the Patriots, trying to catch Georgia Southwestern State by surprise. And another good save. Goal kick here from Bazzano has just made their save there for Georgia Southwestern, is 5th of the evening. Grotter tried to take the throw quickly, and the official stopped it for some reason. Patriots aren't sure why. There's 2 balls on the field, but it's quickly dealt with by Drakenhammer. Plays 1 out. Here comes Gaspar Mian trying to cut inside. Pollard wins it back for FMU. Mian has Marino on the far side. Gets away from the challenge, trying to center it. Hurricanes get it partially clear. Still down there. Now they will fire one into the night sky out toward midfield. Kirsting trying to send it back in. And Drakenhammer inadvertently knocks down a Hurricane defender, and GSW will get a free kick. Francis Marion fans, be sure to sign your kids up for the Patriots Kids Club. For more information on how your child can become a member, call 843-661-1503 or go online to www.fmupatriots.com. And don't forget to follow and support Francis Marion Athletics on Twitter and Facebook at FMU Sports. And also on Instagram as well, all the social media platforms. Pollard. Pass is deflected right into the path of Jonas Dublin, who buries it. Dublin led the Patriots in shots in the first half, had one saved just moments ago by Bazzano. Didn't miss this time, and the sophomore from Oslo, Norway, with his 3rd goal of the season, gives the Patriots a 1-0 lead here in the 51st minute. So FMU takes a 1-0 lead, so that shot advantage finally paying off for the Patriots. And now they're looking, well, it looked like they were going to look for another quick attack. Now Gaspar Mian does bring it forward. Grotter out wide. Dublin, the goal scorer, tried to cut inside, caught off by Balde. Harris. And the Hurricanes are able to play it out. Sayers will cross into the FMU half. Dublin tracking him down from behind. Sayers still with it. And it nicked away by Dublin.
Goal scored by Jonas Dublin, his 3rd of the season.
Now Drakenhammer.
In the 51st minute.
Cuts inside, looking for Grotter. Grotter cuts around, looking to return to Drakenhammer, and Bodka just gets there to nick it away from the FMU striker before he could let fly. Desperate defending there from the Canes as the Patriots seem to have gotten a little bit energized by that Jonas Dublin goal. Now that they have finally broken through to take the lead here in the early stages of the second half. Drakenhammer. Balde takes it off of his foot. The assist going to Sam Pollard. So Pollard with his team leading 4th assist as Dublin picks up his 3rd goal of the campaign. One shy of Sidney Warden, who leads the team with 4. Dublin now tied for 2nd with Oliver Drakenhammer with 3 goals. The 3 goals for Dublin have now come in the last 5 FMU matches. He's certainly playing well as of late for FMU. Georgia Southwestern looking to respond. Duran trying to find room for a cross. Instead, Kirsting got it away for the Patriots. Faria loses out again to the red, white, and blue defense. Kirsting hammers it forward, and Crowder could not keep it in play. Instead, it's off of him into the Georgia Southwestern State bench for a throw for the Canes. 14-1 now the shot, or the advantage for the Patriots. 6-0 in terms of shots on goal as Christopher Gregonis has not had to make a save yet. Devlin charging forward for FMU. Tried to touch it on to Drakenhammer, could not get it through all day. And Georgia Southwestern State has it back. Harris looking for Alves. Good defending there by Hoyland. Alves with a challenge. Whistle for the foul. It'll go the way of the Patriots. Patriot fans, visit www.FMUPatriotsShop.com for all your Francis Marion apparel and gift needs. Support your Patriots by visiting www.FMUPatriotsShop.com. And once you buy that gear, come out to FMU volleyball next weekend, Friday at 7 against USC Aiken, and Saturday at 2 against Lander. The next two Peach Belt Conference home matches for the Patriot volleyball team. Coach Ballfield's squad picking up a pair of wins in conference play this weekend, one at home last night and one on the road today, both of those against UNC Pembroke. Ball forward, chested down by Drakenhammer. Drakenhammer looking for a teammate. Out wide for Marino. Marino's low cross is blocked down by Botka, but it'll be Francis Marion's 7th corner of the evening. Grotter at 6-1. Drakenhammer at 6-6. Hoyland at 6-3. Coming up into the box. Targets for this corner kick to be taken by Gaspar Mien.
Take the corner kick for FMU.
Mien's ball in. Bazzano got something on it, didn't get it clear. Now the Hurricanes do get it clear. Botka getting it out. Duran on the run. Sliding tackle by Devlin to win it back. Devlin weaving through defenders. Now finds Pollard. Pollard gave it away. And good job tracking back to get there before Pedro Chung. Pass intended on the far side for Mien. Instead finds the sideline. Hurricanes with a throw in. 10 minutes gone here in the second half. Jonas Devlin a goal in the 51st minute to give Patriots a 1-0 advantage here. Peters cuts inside away from Sayers. Now Marino. Marino tried to hit it, or tried to fire it in the direction of Grotter. Intercepted. Now Sayers. Taking it wide. Watched by the other number 7, Marino. Trying to get some room for a cross. Gets a cross in. Hoyland got a piece of it. Bainbridge finished clearing. And now Marino gets it out of immediate danger. Only as far as Faria. Duran. Now Balde looking for Sayers on the far side. And I think Sayers might have thought he was offside. And thus didn't go after it. It would be a goal kick for Christopher Gregonis. Support Francis Marion Athletics by joining the Swamp Fox Club. You can join by visiting the athletics website at www.FMUPatriots.com. Join now and get your tickets for the upcoming sports seasons. Basketball now just a matter of weeks away from returning to Smith University Center. Coach Edwards and Coach Porter on the men's and women's sides. Exciting seasons ahead for both of them. Marino with it. Looking for Drakenhammer just over his head. Botka didn't get it all the way clear. Chung finds an outlet. And now Harris can clear it forward. Alves chests it down. Looking for Duran, but he fired it behind him. Kirsting. Drakenhammer tried to find Gaspar Mien in support. Now Drakenhammer is able to nick it away. Back for the Patriots. Devlin, the goal scorer. Marino, he and Mien have flipped wings for the moment. Marino cutting inside onto that left foot. Gets a shot away. And off the bounce, Bazzano gathers it in. Bazzano gives it away with the throw. Advantage played. Here comes a left-footed strike, and it's going to be off the mark. And now a substitution to be made by Georgia Southwestern State ahead of this goal kick. Chung out. Avery back in for the Hurricanes. 16-1. Now the shots in favor of the Patriots. Here's Sayers. Sayers running at Magnus Hoyland. Cuts inside, tried to go back outside, but ran into trouble. Devlin, Drakenhammer, goes around Harris, slows up, tried to square it for Devlin, but the pass hit a Hurricane foot, and Georgia Southwestern State brings it back.
Chris Avery back into the match for Georgia Southwestern.
Avery on the run, cuts inside. Alves on the turn, looking to let fly, blocked by Kirsting. Patriots are able to get it away. Drakenhammer hounded from behind by Faria, lays it on back to Gaspar Mien, looking to get it to Grotter. But Georgia Southwestern will once again come back up with it. Botka the right back. Looking for the run of Avery. Kirsting will fire it off of Avery. It'll be out of play. Should be a goal kick, and it is. Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, Domino's, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Carolinas Hospital System, Ken Jackson Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Marines Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, and Courtyard by Marriott, Mike Rickenbach Ford Lincoln Mercury, South Carolina Education Lottery, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, the Counseling Center of Florence, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Asian Jim Stewart. Ball will go the way of Georgia Southwestern. Quincy Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC and Arby's, Julia Bell's Restaurant, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, Western Sizzlin Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. Thank you all for your continued support of Francis Marion University Athletics. Whistle goes against Francis Marion again here as we tick down to the final half an hour. Patriots with a 1-0 advantage. The other contests have remained the same scores they were starting the second half. Young Harris still a 1-0 lead over Clayton State, and Lander still leading North Georgia 2-0. Patriots will go past Clayton State in the standings if that result holds, as they came in tied with them on 3 points. Drakenhammer nods it on to Grotter. Grotter charging toward the Georgia Southwestern box. He's into the box, and his crossing attempt is blocked down by the combination of Botka and Balde, and FMU will have another corner kick. Be their 8th corner of the evening, and it is the goal scorer, Jonas Devlin, who comes to the near side to take it for the red, white, and blue. 3 defenders, Bainbridge, Hoyland, and Kirsting all into the box. Devlin fires it, headed away. Duran finds Avery in full flight, but his touch was a little heavy. Back in from the Patriots. Cleared away by the Georgia Southwestern defense. Now Sayers. Inside. Alves trying to lay it back off to Elias, but Patriots will come up with it. Mien on the run, looking for Grotter inside of him. Miscommunication there between the two. And the Hurricanes are able to get it away. Avery has it taken off of him by sliding Marino. Kept in play on the far side. Patriots once again win back possession. Pater's looking for a runner. Instead, squares it to Devlin, who goes back to the defense. Kirsting picks out Pollard. Pollard was looking for the run of Grotter, but Grotter had started his run too early and was offside, so we had to deviate from his plan and end up giving it away. Harris to Alves. Muscled off of it by Hoyland. A little bit of a heavy touch there from Peters, almost turned into a counter-attacking opportunity for Georgia Southwestern, but the Patriots do keep it. Kirsting looking for the run of Pollard down the left wing. Will Pollard catch up to it? He does. Goes down, and it's a penalty kick. A great run there by Sam Pollard. And he wins the free kick for the Patriots with 27:10 to go. Senior Muhammad Balde from Lawrenceville, Georgia, shown a yellow card for his challenge. And now FMU will have a chance to double their lead from the penalty spot. They're 2 for 3 taking penalty kicks this year. Adrian Marino has scored one. Sidney Warden has scored one. Oliver Drakenhammer had one saved against Mount Olive. Now the Patriots to double their advantage. Low and into the corner from Gaspar Mien. And the senior gets his first goal of the season. So the Patriots, with their 4th penalty kick of the season, their 4th different taker, and they double their advantage just before the halfway mark of this second half. Gaspar Mien, the senior from Paris, France. First goal of his senior campaign. And it's the Patriots 2 and the Hurricanes 0 with 27:07 showing on the clock. So the Hurricanes will now restart things down by a couple. It is the 3rd goal of the FMU career for Mien. He had 2 goals 2 years ago as a sophomore. And in what will be the second to last regular season home match for the senior. Picks up a goal. Now Dublin intercepts. Drakenhammer trying to let fly, but Rugel got in the way. A corner kick for the Pats.
In the 63rd minute. Mian from the penalty spot in the 63rd minute.
FMU takes the corner short. Dublin to Grotter. Grotter goes down. He's waved up by the official. The Patriots were thinking there that they might have their 2nd penalty kick in a matter of less than a minute. Kirsting, Mian in space. If he can keep it in play on this near side, he does so. Crosses it in toward Drakenhammer. Didn't get ahead to it. Came out to the edge of the box. Marino battling with Bodka. Bodka wins that battle. FMU with a couple of players near the halfway line looking to sub in when they get a chance. Avery a long run, but a heavy touch allows Kirsting to intercept for the Pats. Peters goes down, fouled by Avery. Avery a little bit frustrated with himself there for losing the ball and then taking the frustration out on Peters and fouling him. So the Patriots now with a 2-goal lead, just over 25 minutes to go. They're going to put this one on ice. Right after the goal, Divin Moak returned to the lineup, replacing Tiago Ilias for Georgia Southwestern State. So Moak, who started up front, goes back up top. Free kick was in the direction of Drakenhammer, who was whistled for a foul there. So the Hurricanes will now have a free kick in their own defensive half. These 2 subs still waiting to come on for FMU. Looks like one of them is Isaiah Lamont. Hoyland heading it for Dublin. Mian inside looking for Drakenhammer. Drakenhammer had it for a moment. Mian heading it wide for Drakenhammer. Lays it off for Mian. Drakenhammer to Grotter. Covering is Duran for Georgia Southwestern. Harris has Avery in space, crossing into the Patriot half. Avery still on the run, looking for Sayers, a little bit behind him, and Mian tracking back was able to nick it away from him, and Hoyland got it away. Dublin. Drakenhammer. Peters. Looking for Marino. Botka read that pass well, but Kirsting is able to get it to Marino. Peters to Pollard. Pollard goes down. He thought he was fouled. Aria brings it away with no whistle. Avery. Faria. It's right back from Alves. And a foul called against Georgia Southwestern. Goals in the 51st and 63rd minutes by the Patriots. Gaspar Mien with the latest for FMU penalty kick goal. Had an assist last year against Georgia Southwestern State, did Mien, and now scores against them as a senior. All day coming up from the back from Georgia Southwestern, but the Patriots lose out, and so Georgia Southwestern a little light at the back right now. Peters looking to find Drakenhammer running into the box, and Harris just able to beat Drakenhammer to it, and that one will be out of play off of Yannick Rotter. That will be a throw-in for Georgia Southwestern State. First, we'll have a couple of substitutions. It is Max Lindquist and Isaiah Lamont coming on for FMU, for Jonas Dublin and Adrian Marino. So Lamont returns after playing some in the first half. For sophomore Max Lindquist, it is his 6th appearance of the season. He's played 67 minutes so far in his 5 previous outings for FMU. Sophomore from Helsingborg, Sweden. Grotter gives it away in the midfield to Duran. Pollard with a clean challenge. Skips inside, finds Lamont, gets it back to Pollard, takes him a little bit wide. And coming back to defend, Caleb Zolman, junior from Thomaston, Georgia, helps get a goal kick out of it for Georgia Southwestern, who'll make another substitution here. Reminder, the Patriots women's soccer team will be back in action at UNC Pembroke on Wednesday at 7:30. The men will not have a midweek match this week. They'll be at Clayton State next Saturday at 3:30 in their next contest. The next home match for either of the soccer teams is a week from today, next Saturday at 5:30. The women hosting third-ranked Columbus State will be the final regular season home match for Coach Morgan and the Patriot women. Patriot men with their final home match a week from Wednesday against USC Aiken.
Back into the match for the Hurricanes, number 10, Tiago Elias.
Elias is back off the bench after a short breather in that last foray. Drakenhammer was driving toward the box before cut off by Balde. Zolman giving it forward, and it's too far for Alves. Patriots with a throw. The man took it from too far forward for the officials' liking. So he'll have to do it again closer to the halfway line. And man will give it up to Hoyland. 2-0 Patriots. 20:40 left in this second half. Kirsting a long ball forward, looking to pick out Drakenhammer. Balde got his head to it and nodded it back in the direction of Bizzano, his keeper. It's a restarted quickly. Elias, Zolman, trying to go around Isaiah Lamont and plays it out. FMU will once again have to redo the throw. This time it's because they wanted to make a substitution. Martin Coughlin, who got his 2nd consecutive start tonight, will replace Yannick Grotter with 20 minutes to go here in the second half. The shot advantage has been heavily in favor of the Patriots all night. It's 17-1 at the moment. Coughlin rolling into the path of Drakenhammer, but Bizzano got there first. The keeper scurrying off his line to get there before Drakenhammer. If he didn't come out, Drakenhammer was in one-on-one. Shots are 8-0 in terms of on target, as FMU is starting to get a higher percentage of their shots on to the goal of Bizzano here in the second half, and has led to 2 goals. One from Dublin and one from Mien from the penalty spot. Elias finds Balde. Goes back to Botka. Looking for the run of Avery down the far side, but found the head of Kirsting instead. Now Lindquist. Lindquist with time and space. Pollard trying to twist away from a defender. And won a free kick for the Patriots just inside the Georgia Southwestern half of the field. Patriot men's golf team will continue their fall schedule on Monday and Tuesday. They're heading to Atlanta to take part in the Auto Trader Invitational. And the men's and women's cross-country teams will compete at the Sand Shark Invitational meet next Saturday in Hardyville, South Carolina. Season winding down for the cross-country teams. Andrea Liddell of the women's team, the reigning Peach Belt Conference Women's Runner of the Week. This comes into Drakenhammer, sliding save by Bazzano, cleared away by the Hurricanes' defense. Mien finds Lamont. Lamont looking for space. Drakenhammer couldn't quite settle it, but he was offside anyway. There was some talk on that far side of both teams were wanting a foul and eventually fell a loose ball right into the path of Drakenhammer, but Bazzano made the stop on the FMU senior. Third goal at this juncture of the game might seal up the 3 points for Coach Campbell and the Patriots. It didn't come too far away there just moments ago. Pollard picks it up, midfield for FMU. Pollard's second among outfield players for FMU in minutes this season. Coughlin receives the pass, another sliding save by Bazzano. Another good ball forward from the FMU midfield, this time finding Martin Coughlin. But he's denied by Bazzano, who's made a couple of saves in the last few minutes to keep it 2-0. Drakenhammer checks out. And Rory Monks, a freshman from Kilkenny, Ireland, makes his first appearance of the evening, 10th overall this season for Monks. Here comes the corner kick toward the near post. Pops straight up into the air. Now headed toward goal by Kirsting, but easy for Bazzano. Looking to try to catch Kirsting out forward. Good job by Hoyland covering to break up the counterattack. Bainbridge will just roll it back to Rickeness, who has not had to make a save to this point in the evening. Just a little bit more than a quarter of an hour remains in this second half. He has just faced one shot in his direction, and it was an off-target shot in the first half from Matthews Alves. All day looking to cross it in for Georgia Southwestern. Kirsting heads it away. Mien looks to start something to Coughlin. Coughlin looking for the run of Monks and just put a little bit too much on that pass. And it's out for a Georgia Southwestern State throw. The two freshmen, Monks and Coughlin, both from Ireland, trying to connect there. They are the duo up front for the Patriots right now, with Drakenhammer and Grotter, who started the half, both coming out. Avery picks it up for the Hurricanes. Looking to cut inside against Lindquist. Mien covering for FMU, but it finds Alves. Alves looking for Zolman out wide. Zolman gets a cross in. Header cleared away by Gaspar Mien. All day. Coughlin, good work coming back, trying to pressure him. Gets the cross over and just beyond the reach of Divin Moak. Good turn there by Max Lindquist. Lindquist skipping away from another Hurricane. Looking for Coughlin, and it's going to be behind him and out of play for a Georgia Southwestern throw-in into the final 15 minutes of the 90. Patriots a little bit less than a quarter an hour away from their second Peach Belt Conference win of the year. Alves, Aria. Now Avery. Avery cuts inside. Has his pass blocked by Kirsting. That'll be last off of the German for a Georgia Southwestern throw-in on the far side. Small sliver of a crescent moon out. A cloudless night here in Florence. A little on the chilly side, but otherwise perfect conditions for this contest. And the players, I'm sure, prefer this to the 80s and 90s and humid that were the conditions for most of the home matches for the Patriots to this point in the season. Bainbridge, good work defensively to deal with that potential Hurricanes attack. Lindquist, long ball in the direction of Rory Monks. He will not catch up to it first. It'll be Bodka. Back to the goalkeeper, Bizzano. And Georgia Southwestern will look to build from the back as they try to come back from behind by a pair here. Latter stages of the contest. Georgia Southwestern player went down. I think Lamont is the one whistled for the infraction this time for Francis Marion. Avery working on Lindquist. Kirsting came over to help out. Coughlin, good work to turn away from a couple of backtracking Hurricanes. Looking for Rory Monks, and again, it's going to be a little bit too far for the freshman Monks. Balde will grab it at the top of the box for the Hurricanes. Zolman bringing it forward. Trying to save it. Was a sliding Alves. He did not. It'll be a throw-in for FMU. 8 seniors and 8 juniors on this Georgia Southwestern team. Only 6 underclassmen, 4 freshmen and 2 sophomores. It's kind of the opposite for the Patriots, as Michael Baugh will replace Gaspar Mien with just over 12 minutes to go in the match, at least in regulation time, with the Patriots leading 2-0. Patriots 14 freshmen, 4 sophomores, and just 6 upperclassmen coming into the night. 11 of the 18 goals scored by freshmen.
17, Michael Baugh.
And one of those freshmen, Baugh, just coming on. Pollard chipping it for Rory Monks just outside the box. Monks finds Baugh. Now Pollard looking to create some room, and the Hurricanes able to win it back. Elias, the captain, fires it to Avery. Avery trying to head it into the path of Alves. Alves gets there, but Kirsting got it away from him. Pollard not on the same page as Coughlin, and the two gesturing at each other. Meanwhile, Georgia Southwestern brings it back the other way. Long ball ahead, intended for Moak, cleared away into the Georgia Southwestern bench by Kirsting. Shots 19-1 Patriots. And the Patriots also have a 10-1 advantage in corner kicks for the evening. And so far, a 2-0 lead. Looking for back-to-back clean sheets after shutting out Coker 1-0 here on Wednesday. Pollard finds Monks. Wide. It goes for Lindquist. Pollard. Bainbridge will go all the way back to Gregonis. Coughlin receives the pass from Lindquist. Gets it back to Lindquist, trying to touch it on to Isaiah Lamont. Does so. Lindquist looks inside for Monks. Finds Coughlin, now Lamont. Baugh has made a run toward the penalty spot, and Baugh couldn't quite get there. Baugh looking to cut back inside. Balde goes down, and it's a free kick against Georgia Southwestern. Hurricanes all day, and Elias can't believe it, as they thought That the infraction was committed by Michael Ba, the freshman from Belgium for the Patriots. But FMU will have a free kick. Two more freshmen over it for FMU, Peters and Pollard. Pollard to drive it in. Lindquist was the closest to it looked like, at the far post, as it went over the head of Lamont, who was charging toward the box. Lindquist looked like he was going to have an opportunity at the back post, but it was a little bit beyond him as well. Another goal kick coming up for Georgia Southwestern. They do make a substitution. Avery replaced. Chung is back into the lineup. 8.5 to go.
Match for Georgia Southwestern, number 13, Pedro Chung.
Balde receives it on the near side. Down goes Alves, still with Georgia Southwestern. Ref plays advantage. Zolman looking to center it, but Bainbridge was wise and cut it out. Hoyland, good pass down the line. Rory Monks. Hoyland, now Peters. Right now FMU with 8 freshmen out on the field. The non-freshmen are Kirsting and Bainbridge in the defense, and then Lindquist out on the left side. So 1 senior, 1 junior, 1 sophomore, 8 freshmen for the Pats right now. Lindquist looking to create some space for a cross, goes down, thought he was fouled, wasn't, according to the official. Now Moak dropping deep, trying to set something up for Georgia Southwestern. Elias on the run. Finds Zolman. Toward the edge of the box. Zolman gets in across, looking for the back post. Overshot everybody. Now Moak looks to play it back in. And it ends up out of play. And the referee stops the clock here with 7:15 to go to check on a Patriot player who was down in the center of the field. Sam Pollard, the one slow to get up. He appeared to be a little bit shaken up at a point in the first half as well, but has continued on, and he picked up the assist on the Jonas Devlin goal. Sayers back in. Zolman out for Georgia Southwestern, and also Alves, who appears to be a bit hobbled, headed toward the sideline as well, for Georgia Southwestern, replaced by Shane Madre. And Jonas Devlin will replace Sam Pollard for FMU. So with the assist for FMU replaced by the man who scored that goal for FMU. And now Christopher Gregonis, the FMU goalkeeper, getting some attention as well. Trey Holler, the athletic trainer for the Patriots. Gregonis has not had to make a save here tonight, but shaken up in that last sequence. And 7:15 shy of his second consecutive shutout and 4th of his freshman season. Looks like he is going to be replaced. The Patriots with 2 other goalkeepers, senior Blaze McGinnis from 96 South Carolina and Jamie Hewison, a freshman from Chesterfield, England. Neither one of them have played in the regular season for FMU as of yet. But it'll be a goalkeeper change for the Patriots with 7:15 to go in this contest, leading Georgia Southwestern 2-0. And it is the freshman Jamie Hewison to make his collegiate debut for FMU, looking to put the finishing touches on another FMU clean sheet.
Now in goal for Francis Marion, number 33, James Hewison.
Hewison will take the goal kick to get things started off in his collegiate career. Georgia Southwestern picks it up. Botka looking for Chung, couldn't find him. Out of play for an FMU throw with 7 minutes to go. Patriots a 19-1 shot edge, 10-1 corner kick edge, and a 2-0 lead on the scoreboard. Looking to get up to 6 points in conference play. Monks has Michael Baugh. Monks trying to get it away from Elias, lost it. Now Sayers on it for Georgia Southwestern, turns away from Dublin. Moak. Faria stays with it after the Coughlin challenge. Botka coming up from defense for the Hurricanes, loses it. Dublin now to Lindquist. Monks making a run through the center for FMU. Baugh open on this near side. Lindquist instead looking for Monks, trying to touch it on as he was going down. Balde with it. Now Rugel harassed by Lindquist, just turns away from him. Balde. Sayers will give it right back. Well, he tried to, but Balde went the other way. Monks got to it first, and then he was fouled. And so FMU will have another free kick in an advantageous attacking position. Devlin and Baugh and Peters come over, all interested in taking it for the Pats. Now Baugh will walk away toward the area, as will Peters. So the left-footed Devlin will deliver, see if he goes for goal. Drives it right at Lamont, and he is whistled for a foul. Georgia Southwestern State with a free kick deep inside their own half with 5 minutes to go. Patriots looking to make it 11 wins in 13 all-time meetings with the Canes, and avenge a 3-2 loss on this ground a year ago. First time, only time that the Hurricanes have beaten FMU. There have been 10 FMU wins, 1 draw, and then the 1 Georgia Southwestern win last year in the all-time series in men's soccer. Women's soccer team already beat Georgia Southwestern State 3-2 in double overtime a couple weeks back, so FMU looking for the double, if you will, over Georgia Southwestern when it comes to soccer. Foul whistled against the Patriots there. Peters trying to figure out why. The US will get it restarted. Sayers. Sayers looking to cross it in, and it tipped away by Hewison. I think it ended up being more of a shot than a cross. Hewison fights it off for his first collegiate save. That one looked like it may have just been bending in at the far post on what it looked like it was originally across from Sayers. Coughlin with a foul on Balde. Quick restart by Georgia Southwestern. Not a whole lot of time to waste for them now that they are 2 behind with just over 3 minutes left. Sayers almost got one back. Coughlin with the intercept. Has Lindquist and Monks making runs forward. Make that Devlin and Lindquist. Lindquist picks it up. Looking to run at Botka, but Botka got a piece of that attempted cross, and it rolls right into the path of the goalkeeper, Bizzano, as we tick into the final 3 minutes. Balde with it. Sayers, the only shot on target for Georgia Southwestern. Balde. Back to Sayers. A long switch aimed at Botka. Each team with a player near the halfway line looking to come on for the final 2.5 minutes if there is an opportunity to make some changes. Sayers picks it up. Watched by Devlin, forces him to go backwards. Rugel looking for the long ball on the far side, kept in. But it'll be out for Francis Marion throw. And now both teams will be able to make those substitutions. Vodka off for Georgia Southwestern. Harris back in. For FMU, Michael Dimitrick, senior, checks in for the first time. Good run there by Martin Coughlin. Coughlin looking to cut inside. Finds a man, Devlin, on the run, but has just dealt with enough by Georgia Southwestern State, and it ends up going off of Devlin for a goal kick. Both teams wanting fouls against the other, but a goal kick is the result. Dimitrick, by the way, the senior from Melbourne, Florida, replaced Max Lindquist, so he goes out to the left-hand side for FMU. 7th appearance of the season for Dimitrick, the transfer from Pfeiffer University. Elias looking to cut inside, goes down. And on the edge of the box, the Hurricanes will have a free kick as we tick down to the final minute of the second half. 2-0 Patriots. And now the referee stops the clock with 59.3 seconds for the Hurricanes to take this free kick, walking off the 10-yard distance. Patriots look like they will set up with 2 in the wall here. And it is Elias who is over this free kick, the captain for the Canes. 5 in the box, 2 more near the top of the box for Georgia Southwestern State. Now 3 near the top of the box. Here comes the ball in, whistle goes. Sayers headed it over. And it looks like they're going to get a chance to redo it as the whistle went just before the free kick, so they will get a chance to do it over. Sayers coming short as another option. Instead, they go out to the top of the box. Faria has it blocked, and Devlin will send it away for FMU. Harris down the line for Balde, trying to get a cross in. Goes onto the edge of the box, over, hit that cross. Canes will keep it in. Another cross is cleared away by the FMU defense. Back into the Georgia Southwestern half with 30 seconds to go. Sayers fouled. Michael Dimitrick for FMU was the one making the challenge.
10, 9, 8, 7.
And he has shown 6, the yellow card, Dimitrick, for the challenge.
4, 3,
and that
2,
is going to
1.
end up being the final action of the match. Or is the referee going to add a few more seconds here? Looks like he was maybe calling for the clock to have been stopped. And it wasn't. And so the referee looks like he's going to add some seconds on again so that the Hurricanes will be able to take this free kick. So we are adding some time here for the Hurricanes to be able to take this free kick. 49 seconds. It was never stopped in that last sequence. The official didn't signal, at least if I'm correct, for the clock to be stopped, and may have just forgotten that step in the process, trying to keep the confrontations to a minimum. So 49 seconds put back on the clock. And now Coach Campbell on the FMU side wanting an explanation for why that time was put back on. And he's given a yellow card. Second time the FMU bench has had a yellow card. And actually the yellow card wasn't against Dimitrick, it was on Sayers for, I guess, dissent is my only thoughts there. So Georgia Southwestern gets the free kick, and the header from Balde goes wide. The flag is up. It'll be a goal kick for the Patriots, it looks like, as the referee did acknowledge that the flag went up on the far side, but it's going to be a goal kick for FMU anyway, so it's not really that much different than an offside flag. 25 seconds to go. Kirsting launches it forward, aimed at Monks. Lamont with it for FMU. Fouled by Faria. Clock will stop now with 14 seconds. It looked originally like they were calling a foul against the Hurricanes, but it'll be another kick for them instead. Lamont was the one who went down, but he was issued, or was whistled, I should say, for the foul. So 14 seconds to go. Elis another free kick for Georgia Southwestern. Launches it into the box, headed by Balde, but it's going to go over the bar.
10, 9, 8, 7.
So Georgia Southwestern gets a few chances in the final minute of the match, but now it will come to an end. And this time, clock hitting zeros does mean full time, and Francis Marion knocks off Georgia Southwestern State by a final score of 2-0 here on Hartzler Field. So with the win, the Patriots improved to 6-5-0 overall, 2-2-0 in the Peach Belt Conference, giving them 6 points. And Georgia Southwestern State falls to 3-7-2 and 0-3-1 in conference play. So FMU is going to be tied with North Georgia, who lost 3-0 to Lander in terms of points. And looks like they're going to go past Clayton State, as Clayton State still trailing Young Harris 1-0. For the final stats in the contest this evening, the FMU attack with a 19-4 advantage in shots for the evening, including 10-1 in shots on target. They also had a 10-1 advantage in corner kicks. After a little bit of a frustrating first half in which FMU had a huge shot advantage but nothing to show for it, they got a goal just more than 5 minutes after halftime from Jonas Dublin, his third of the season, assisted by Sam Pollard. And then in the 63rd minute, Pollard, with a great run forward, drew a foul from Mohamed Balde. Won a penalty kick for FMU. Gaspar Mian, the senior from France, buried it to give the Patriots a 2-0 lead, and that's all they ended up needing to get the victory. Francesco Bazzano with 8 saves in the Georgia Southwestern net, tying his season high. Christopher Gregonis played the first 82-45 in the FMU net, did not face a shot on goal before he was lifted for fellow freshman Jamie Hewison. Hewison made 1 save over the final 7:15 in his first collegiate appearance. So that's going to do it. Patriots win at 2-0 over Georgia Southwestern State. The next Patriot Sports Network broadcast, volleyball against USC Aiken Friday at 7. And then next Saturday at 2 o'clock against Lander. And also the next soccer broadcast, the FMU women here against Columbus State a week from today at 5:30. That's going to do it for this evening's broadcast. Thanks to all the folks here at the Patriot Sports Network, and thank you for tuning in. Rob Lau signing off from Florence, where the Patriots knocked off Georgia Southwestern State tonight 2-0.